Welcome back to Excel is Easy. I'm Georgenchev. This is AAT test level 3 in the UK. If you want, you can download the test and the workbook from the link below the video. Megan Bright's scenario. Test include: Task 1. Create spreadsheet to show profitability for the last financial year. Calculate totals for the whole business for sales, cost of sales, and for each individual expenses category. Calculate gross profit, gross profit margin, and net profit margin. Show which area of the business has the highest net profit and the highest gross profit margin. Format the worksheet. Task 2. Show number of months in the financial year. Insert scatter graph with straight lines. Format the horizontal axis, add title, and show legend. Name worksheet. Task 3. Show the number of tablet computers sold for the 5 largest retailers each month in the last financial year. Correct errors in the formula. Use VLOOKUP function to insert product unit prices. Calculate total value of all sales orders. Use function to calculate average sales. Format cells. Change color of tab. Calculate of percentages. Use if function. Task 4. Insert new worksheet. Create pivot table. Task 1, letter B. Go to sheet 1, the first tab of the workbook, which will be blank. Create a spreadsheet to show Megabright's profitability for the last financial year. Start by inputting the figures shown on page 3 for each area of the business: shop, online, and wholesale. For the following: sales, cost of sales, and each individual expenses category. Most of the data is entered by me, but not all, because we have to do some calculations. So go to page 3. Look at the rent. The total rent for the year for shop premises and the large warehouse and the office behind the shop is £37,200 per year. This should be allocated as follows: shop 30%, online 30%, and wholesale 40%. How to calculate that? Go to shop rent, this is cell B10, and write equal E10 multiply 30%. For percent, press Shift and 5. Enter. Online rent equal E10 multiply 30%. Enter. Wholesale rent equal E10 multiply 40%. Enter. Electricity. The total electricity bill for the year is £6,200, and this should be split as per the allocation of the rent. So again, 30, 30, 40 equal E11 multiply 30%. Enter. Equal E11 multiply 30%. Enter. Equal E11 multiply 40%. Enter. Telephone. The total telephone charges for the year were £4,800. This should be allocated as follow: shop 10%, online 60%, and wholesale 30%. Equal E12 multiply 10%, enter. Equal E12 multiply 60%, enter. Equal E12 multiply 30%, enter. That's all about letter B. Letter C. Use formula to calculate totals for the whole business for sales, cost of sales, and for each individual expenses category. So go to total sales, cell E3, and press auto sum B3 to D3, enter. Total of cost of sales, auto sum B4 to D4, enter. Wages, auto sum B7 to D7, enter. Double click. Stationery, auto sum B13 to D13, enter. Select cells from E13 to E16. Okay. Then use formula to show the following information for each of the three areas of the business, as well as for the business as a whole: gross profit, net profit, gross profit margin, and net profit margin. Gross profit is equal of sales minus cost of sales. So B3 minus B4 equal B3 minus B4, enter. Select the cells from B5 to E5. Okay. Net profit. Net profit is equal of gross profit minus sum of all expenses. So equal B5 minus sum, open parenthesis, and select all expenses from B7 to B16, close parenthesis, enter. Select all cells from B17 to E17. Okay. Gross profit margin is equal of gross profit divided by sales. So B5 divided by B3 equal B5 divided by B3, enter. Select all cells from B19 to E19. Net profit margin is equal of net profit divided by sales equal B17 divided by B3, B17 divided by B3, enter. select all cells from B20 to E20. Okay. Letter D. Show which area of the business, shop online or wholesale, has the highest net profit by filling the appropriate figures cell yellow. So the highest net profit is in cell C17, and select fill color and choose yellow. The highest gross profit margin by using red font on the appropriate figure. The highest gross profit margin is in cell B19, and go to font color red. Letter E. All monetary figures display as currency pound are in whole pound 0 decimal places, have a comma as a thousand separator, and are right aligned. So select O from B4 to E17 and go to accounting number format. And after that, click in decrease decimal 2 times. Okay. And also aligned right. Okay. The gross profit margin and net profit margin show as percentages with percent after the figure are shown to 2 decimal places and are right aligned. So select gross profit and net profit and click percent style. Add 2 decimals, increase decimal 1, 2, and right aligned. Go to aligned right. Okay. The gross profit figure cells have a single border above them. Select gross profit, go to border and select top border. The net profit figure cells have a single border above them and double line below them. Select net profit, go to border and select top and double bottom border. Okay. Letter F. Ensure that you have entered appropriate column and row headings, all of which must be clearly visible. Format the column heading so that they are in bold text, underlined, and centered across the column. So select from B2 to E2, go to bold, underlined, and centered. Okay. Insert an appropriate title in row 1 above all of the data in the worksheet. Format the title using bold Arial font size 12 in a merge cell which is centered across the data in the workbook. So you can find that information about title in page 3 on top. Profit for the year to 31st of May 2014. Okay, select all cells from A1 to E1 and press merge and center. Also, you have to use Arial font size 12 and has to be bold. Okay. And the last task is rename this worksheet T1 MB 2013 and color the top yellow. So go to sheet 1 over the top and press the right button and choose top color and click over the yellow. And double click over the name and write T1 MB 2013 and press enter. The yellow color is not visible now, but if you click in some other tab, you can see that the color of your tab is yellow. That's all about task 1.